Teacher's log, Kinder Adventures. Got in an argument today with Giggles McGiggleton because she told me that fish don't have brains. I told her, yes, they do. No, they don't. Yes, they do. No, they don't. Yes, they. No, you know what? I'm not going to argue with you because I know that fish have brains. I know all you know. I know more than you. Nope, they don't. Oh, that's right. I forgot. You're 5 and you know more. I keep forgetting that. I'm so sorry. But I tell you what I'm going to do today. What I'm going to do today is I'm going to go and put that up on the screen. I'm going to Google some information. So I Google the information and I bring it up and show a diagram of a fish brain. I even explained it to the whole class. The whole class is like, wow, that's cool. Oh, cool, cool, cool. Nope. No. What do you mean, no? There's the proof right there. Like, what more do you need? Like, I don't. How do you. So, it's not fair. It's not fair. And then we're walking back from recess, or not recess, lunch. It was lunch. And I got one kid swinging his lunch. He's never brought a lunch until today. And by the way, it wasn't even a lunch. It was like 2 hamburger buns. And one was had a big old bite out of it already. He snuck it. He snuck it. It wasn't so. That's not a parent thing. That's he snuck it. He wanted. I don't. Whatever. And so he's swinging it around like zippity doo dah all over the place, about to hit somebody. And so I had to grab it from him. And then as I'm doing that, trying to explain to him, hey, you just need to hold it down at your side and don't swing it. It can hurt somebody. Yada yada yada. I hear hmm, hmm, hmm. Who's humming? Hmm. Now, usually when I say who's humming, that means stop. Hmm. Hmm. So I narrowed it down to the 3 boys up at the front of the line. And I called one kid's name, and I was like, is that you? And he just looks at me. And I was like, called the other kid's name, is that you? He just looks at me. And I called the other kid's name, and he just looks at me when I called his name too. So it's like they were in cahoots. I think the 3 of them were conspiring to drive me crazy. It's not fair. It's not fair at all. So then we're in class, and one of my kids, this is the one who has the uncle named Tom, and then also who was doing the sticks and created just some random guy, was like walking to go put something away or whatever and just tripped over nothing. There was nothing. There was carpet. And I was like, hey, careful. We just put a floor in today. Looks at me, looks at the floor, looks at me, looks again at the floor, goes on about their business. And I'm sitting there thinking, I think that me being sarcastic is probably going to be the one thing that's going to keep me sane. Yeah, I don't know that there's any other way for me to keep my sanity. I kid you not. A few hours later, or as they say in my class, 3 hours later, same thing, almost the same spot. What did you trip over? Um, you know what? Never mind. I don't even want to hear the answer. I don't. Nope, nope, nope. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about thinking about it. Don't worry about thinking about it. Just know that there's a floor in here. There's, there's a floor in here. Maybe you shouldn't wear Crocs. I'm not saying it was the Crocs' fault, but I'm saying someone who's wearing Crocs, who was walking where you were walking when you were walking there, tripped over him twice today. So just throwing that out there. Um, and then so it's playtime, and one of the stations had some blocks, and I see one of the kids, and he had this thing, and he like turned it towards his partner in this group, and he was like, and I'm like, what the heck is he doing? Then he turns it towards him, and he's like, and I'm like, so and so, what? So what'd you make? Because instead of me being like, no, no, that's not, I want to hear what he's thinking. It's a taser. A taser? Yeah. Okay. And it also turns into a Rubik's cube. Okay, so you have a taser that turns into a Rubik's Cube. Yeah. And I'm like, that's an interesting connection. Because realistically, when you think about it, a Rubik's Cube requires a form, or a pretty good level of intelligence in order to problem solve that. But yet, to turn a taser on yourself and enjoy that is the exact opposite of the intelligence that you would need for a Rubik's Cube. So, so that happened. Um, I tell you what. If there's anything I could ever ask you to do, it's to pray for me. Because there's times when I just don't know what I'm doing or how I'm going to continue doing it. These kids are amazing, but they will suck you in. They will absolutely tear you up and then spit you out. You gotta believe me. But you can't let them win. You gotta stay tough. You just gotta you gotta stay strong. You gotta be the one that comes out on